Hello, everybody. Greetings wherever you are. Would you like to play with your imagination today? There's a lot of power in your imagination. So place your hand in front of you, waiting for something to be put on it. And imagine that I'm putting a lemon on it. And then feel that lemon with your fingers. It's soft, kind of a hard lemon, it has dimples. Now in your imagination, imagine getting a cutting board, a knife, and you will slice that lemon into two pieces. In your imagination, see some juice running on the cutting board, maybe even a tiny seed. Then take one of the half of that lemon, put it under your nose. Smell that lemon, that lemony fragrance, and then take a big bite of that lemon. Now, did your body react? My body reacts. I salivate every time I do that exercise, even though I probably have done it over 100 times. And yet I did not have a lemon. I did not bite into a lemon. It was in my imagination. And yet the body reacts to what is in our imagination. Let's go through this little PowerPoint. Placebo effect. You probably have heard about the placebo effect. It means I please. And what it was found is even if people were given some pills for headache, for instance, and the box said placebo, it still worked because people believed that somehow that little pill would stop their headache. It is believed that 70% of our reaction to medication is due to the placebo effect. Think about it. That's in your imagination. That's what your mind is doing for you or in spite of you. So even surgeries. A few years ago, I read about a doctor, a surgeon, who wanted to know what part of the knee surgery he did was really effective to help his patient. So on one patient, he did that part of the surgery. On another patient, he did the other part of the surgery. And on a third patient, he just opened up the knee but did nothing. Guess who recovered better, faster? The one for whom nothing was done. And there was the same type of experiment done for heart surgery. The surgeon again had 3 patients. For one patient, he did this approach. For the other patient, another approach. And the third one just opened up the skin, and that's it. He didn't do anything. And the patient that recovered faster and had the best outcome was the one for whom nothing surgical was actually done except cutting him open and then sewing him back. So these patients believe that something was done, and it's that belief that helped them after the surgery. Now there's also the nocebo effect. Nocebo means I harm. When I was teaching my class, I talked about a school in Germany. It was a couple of centuries ago, and the students did not like one of their professors. So during a recess, they took the professor, put a hood on him, put his head down on a chopping block, and somebody with an axe chopped on another block. Did not chop the professor's head, obviously, but the professor, thinking they were going to do it, had a heart attack and died. Bedside manners. Doctors now are taught how to have good bedside manners. When I was training in imagery, one of our mentors, a medical doctor, told us about a round he did with his professor. They were going from patient room to patient room. And they arrived at the bed of a guy. He was kind of asleep. And that guy was supposed to go back home the next day because he was doing so much better. But the doctor, still continuing the discussion of the preceding room, was telling his students he is going to die overnight. And the patient in that room thought the professor was talking about him. So what happened? He had a heart attack that night and he died. Now we learn how important bedside manners are, and even during surgeries, surgeons are taught to be careful with what they are saying during the surgery. I've been wondering for many years. I had surgery when I was 13, and the surgery was done by German-speaking doctors. In Switzerland, in 4th grade, we start learning German. And after the surgery, when I went back to school, I had forgotten everything about German. I had to start from scratch. I'd always wonder what these doctors were talking about in German. Was it something that shocked me, or was it just a side effect of the anesthesia, which could happen too? Now beware of triggers. So you meeting somebody, are you going to be friendly with them or not so much? It could all depend on what you drank before. Experiments have been done with people having a cold drink before meeting somebody, before doing an interview, and they were kind of cold. And then on another day, these people had a hot drink, hot tea, hot coffee, and had an interview, the same type of interview, and they are much friendlier. It has been shown that depending what you drink, hot or cold, will make you friendlier or not with the people you are meeting. And then students on a project. In the morning, a briefcase was put on the table where the students were working, and they could not get together on the project. They were arguing constantly. Then I had a lunch break, and in the afternoon, a backpack was put in place of the briefcase. And all of a sudden, the students were able to work together in agreement. Beware of what you're being triggered by. It is important. We're constantly triggered. What are you triggered by? So just imagine now you're the winner of a lottery. You get an email, hey, you're the winner, you have won so much. And if you don't get the lottery ticket, imagine somebody, how happy they would be to read that email. They won. What are they going to do with all that money? And then maybe 20 minutes later, they get an email that says, hey, it's a prank. It's Jack. I just told you that just to see your reaction. What is a change of state of that person? So your imagination is very powerful. Use it wisely. Beware of the triggers around you. Be aware of what's going on. And now you can follow me on the different social media. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I'm on YouTube, where you get more tips. And for a deeper understanding of how you can better use your imagination, you can contact me for a free and confidential chat. No obligation. I'm not a pushy person. So go to https://danieljcoaching.com/discover. Let's talk.